All right, guys, good evening and welcome to the first video on RNJ Reviews. My name is Robert Leiden. I run the YouTube channel Other Robert, and with me I have my partner on RNJ Reviews. This is Jay, or Joe, and he runs Agree to Disagree. And we pretty much made the channel to do episode reviews of TV shows. It's pretty much its primary focus, to do longer, in-depth reviews that you really can't do when you're filming because no one wants to edit all that. And this is our first video, and it's a Walking Dead video because we're big fans of The Walking Dead. I actually became a fan of The Walking Dead due to this guy. And this is our review of Season 5, Episode 13, Forget. But before we even get to the episode, let me just introduce Joe.
Yeah, as Rob was saying, I'm Joe. Yeah, he pretty much put it all in place. I'm from Agree to Disagree and Clashing Heads.
Oh, right, I forgot about
that. Yeah, and yeah, RNJ Reviews, Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yeah, I really forgot about Clashing Heads. Wow. All right, we can start. You can start with your thoughts on the episode. You said you had a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna say real quick, I think Daryl, his days are numbered, I think. And we pretty much, said this last week on, our other channel.
On another channel that we did.
This is I hate to reference another channel, but we've said it before that we think Daryl's days are numbered, and I think this pretty much solidified that. And when we get more in depth with the episode, I want to bring up a few key things, but I really think there are a lot of hints in there to really kind of show us that Daryl's days are numbered, and I think they're having fun with that. And this goes all the way back to last season. There was a scene of him getting in a coffin and lying in a coffin. I'm like, oh, this is foreshadowing something for the near future.
Oh, right, I forgot. That's when he was with Beth, right? When they were in the morgue or at the cemetery. That's good foreshadowing. Good memory.
Yes, I said it then. I'm like, within the next season, something might happen. And in this, I think we got a lot more. But as for the actual episode, great episode. I really digging this whole Alexandria arc that they're doing. So many interesting things going on, really. Just too many to really... we're not going to name everything here because there's so many going on. We have everything from Rick and everything going on with him to Carol, a lot of character-based arcs that are really cool. Sasha, Daryl, Aaron, exactly. A lot of really cool character-based arcs when you just kind of not look at the overall arc of Alexandria in itself, which is a great arc in itself. So much is going on. What do you think?
It's funny. When looking at the couple previous episodes, I was not a big fan of them. I didn't think they were that interesting, and then these are slower, but slow is okay if it progresses, and I felt that there are a lot of character building arcs, like Sasha kind of going crazy, or not even crazy, just kind of cracking under pressure of polite society. I thought that was great. Like, that was probably one of my favorite moments when she's asked what's her favorite dinner, and the woman goes, I don't want to get it wrong, I would worry about that, and like she goes, you're worried about that? Yeah. And I like little things like that, how people can't adjust to this. And Daryl, oh my God, I'm forgetting his name, the recruiter. What's his name again? Aaron. His relationship with Daryl, I thought that was great. I like seeing like stuff like this. Like, I like Aaron. He's cool.
Yes.
Over the course, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the course of an episode, though, you said you liked the relationship between Daryl and Aaron, and they did this last week. They had a great progression from start to finish. They told a great story, and they did the same thing this week. And they did that a lot, too, with Daryl and Aaron. They really built that relationship over the course of one episode, and it feels like they've been friends forever. It feels like Aaron's been around forever. He's really just jumped out.
Yeah, no, he did. I think he's a charismatic personality that just kind of blends into the group,
Yeah.
And he works with it. And another character, his boyfriend. I mean, his boyfriend's kind of flat though. Eric.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny, just because Aaron's like there. Like you like Aaron. Like with Daryl and him, they were together almost the whole episode. And then at the end of the episode, spoiler, he gives Daryl all these bikes or all these parts for bikes. I don't know. Daryl needs a buddy, and I think this is a good buddy for him to have.
Yeah.
I think in a zombie apocalypse, the friendship is a necessity.
Like I said, I think Daryl's days are numbered, and here's where I kind of say why in this episode. This past week, Daryl has hinted that in the finale of this season, the synopsis was something along the lines of Daryl finds himself in trouble, and he was being interviewed or asked questions or something of the like, and he said, take out your Kleenex for this. This is going to be a really sad one. So just that kind of hinting that something sad along with that premise kind of has you thinking. But then in this episode, I would say when they killed the horse, and it just seemed. Aaron said he feels that the horse always ran, and that was kind of a fun little thing for Daryl. Daryl always running, and just that entire scene with the horse, I really think just showed they put the horse out of its misery, and I think that's what's going to happen with Daryl, because Daryl's still, even though he's starting to form a bond with Aaron, and that's starting to make him like Alexandria, I think he's still kind of not sold. He's not really bonding with Alexandria as much, just Aaron. So, and that's why he's defending Alexandria. So I think in a way he will be put out of his misery. And I think that was a foreshadow, I think. That's my bold claim.
If it happens, it happens. You know, he dies, he dies, and we can't control that. We cannot control that. But I think, I mean, overall, I mean, Daryl was the central focus, but you know, the Carol scene, because you know how there's a couple scenes. There's the one scene with her where she's being very chummy with the housewives, and then you know, her Rick and Daryl, of course, they were thinking of stealing back the guns, which Carol does do. But one of the boys follows her back, and she's like, she goes back into like that the stealthy, not evil, but crazy warrior, where she goes like, I will pretty much pull you out of your bed, tie you to a tree, you will scream, and they will eat you, and no one will care.
Yeah,
and
that was.
I was actually kind of creeped out myself, but I like that because I like Carol lying. You know, she's a good liar, good for her, good actress. But I just liked seeing her have that dark moment with her. I mean, several characters got good moments. Daryl being one of them. Sasha and Carol, I think, were the three shining stars of the episode.
She's turned. Let me tell you, from a complete innocent housewife being controlled by her.
What was his name again?
Husband, Ed.
Ed.
From her abusive and drunk husband, and becomes this Rambo type character. That's what when she saved them from Terminus, that's what she pretty much jumped out as Rambo.
Oh yeah, she's crazy.
This episode, again, a lot of fun character arcs here. I love the whole Carol. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. No pun intended, right there. Because of the clothing. But
maybe it was made of wool.
Really fascinating story arc with Carol. I love how it's Rick, Carol, and Daryl as the main three too that are kind of getting back and conversing, because those are the three originals.
Yes.
Excluding Glenn and Carl. And Glenn, you know, he's got his own things going on, and Carl is a kid. So.
Right. Carl is Carl. He was pretty insignificant in the episode. Glenn didn't do too much. Neither did Maggie. Overall, I mean, they really just were like in like the more socialized scenes. And Michonne was very kind of lackluster too.
She seemed to. She was in retirement mode.
No, exactly.
She retired the sword, so that way she'd become the cop.
You know, speaking of the cop, I know they're in Georgia, right? So I found it funny they have Virginia cops or Virginia insignia on the uniforms.
Are they still in Georgia?
I thought they were still in Georgia. I didn't think they moved up to Virginia.
I don't know. I don't know where they are right now.
I mean, I remember one time I asked you where they were, and you're like, I'm pretty sure they haven't moved from Georgia. So
yeah, I don't think they have, but I can't confidently say. Let's ask Jeeves where Alexandria is, because that'll give us our answer.
Okay, because I mean, Virginia's pretty high up from Georgia.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just they couldn't get Georgia outfits, but they shoot in Georgia. So I don't know how they couldn't get fake cop Georgia outfits. But yeah, I thought the episode was pretty enjoyable overall. I liked it. No complaints from me on it.
Yeah, no. Like I said, just a lot of interesting things here. We also we have I believe her name is Deanna, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. She still is a mystery to me. I think my bet is that she's an okay character. She's a good character. But they're kind of playing that card of you don't really know what to expect from her. And that all goes back to what she said last week with her having the poker face and her being
Right.
a poker player, all that. You don't really know where her cards lie. She's an interesting character, and you want to know what's going on with her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they'll be holding back their cards with her till the season finale, just to see like what to pull, like to see what she can pull under the rug or the rug out of someone's feet, you know. And maybe it will make them need the guns. But isn't Alexandria supposed to be like the final place they're in? Like they don't leave Alexandria, supposedly.
Yes, yes, and by the way, um, from what I just found, Alexandria does seem to be a city in Virginia.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, so they're in Virginia now.
I'm assuming so. But yeah, just wanted to throw it because I had said I'll look it up. So, but
No. Thank you for doing your homework, Joe. I appreciate it. Good job.
but yeah, so Deanna still a mystery, and there was one more thing I really wanted to talk about:
Yeah.
the whole them stamping the A into them. That was a fun little sense of identification, representing that they're citizens of Alexandria. Uh,
Yep.
and Rick got the stamp. They're now Alexandria. However, we do see the W on the Walker's forehead. At first, I thought that was someone sick from Alexandria, that little girl maybe from last week, maybe just carved a W in the Walker to represent Walker or
Yeah.
something else. But after kind of letting it sink in, and I did a little research. I looked up what people were thinking. I didn't look at the comics or anything. I looked because I don't know if it's in the comics, quite frankly.
Right.
I looked up just what people are saying online, and someone brought up something really interesting that apparently a couple episodes ago there was something, a graffiti tag on the wall or something like that that said the wolves are close or the wolves are near. Um, and I think where we're going is some kind of gang warfare, Walking Dead version, because I think that's the stamping of the egg. That could be nothing, but that could also, like I said before, foreshadowing could kind of be a foreshadow of what's to come with this gang warfare, if that is what's to come, because of the W in the Walker. That could be them just leaving their mark.
Right.
Uh,
One thing I wanted to say that was off the topic of that. Abraham and Michonne, I thought that was just a fun scene, by the way, when they were at the
yeah,
party.
yeah,
I like scenes. I like scenes like that in shows that are very serious. I kind of like when it can bring you back some comical humor, or that's the same thing. When they can bring you back some humor.
yeah. It still feels so weird seeing Walking Dead characters like Abraham.
Abraham.
Yeah, drunk, like
Yeah.
Walking Dead. It's normal society now. Next week's issue is going to be Carl studying for a test.
God. Well, it's a good thing, and and that what you said about the W to the A, like it makes me wonder myself what will be happening. But we said a minute ago that Alexandria is the place they stay, so like gang warfare could wreck it, obviously.
Yes, and
So like, what's the result of that?
I think that's where we're going to be going. Like I said, that thing, apparently the wolves are coming. Maybe that's some kind of rival clan. If that's the case, and we have the wolves, I thought maybe it stands for Washington, especially if they are in Virginia. Maybe Washington has a setup, a base, and maybe maybe we're going to start getting into different established groups fighting.
Yeah.
So very different, but still very post-apocalyptic and kind of kind of still trying to take and scavenge and stuff from the very interesting and I think definitely the necessary step to take for a show like this.
Yeah, because honestly, if there wasn't conflict in between where they live anymore, then it's over.
Yeah, Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that will be the show. Like they found salvation. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And I know I said that was like the last thing I want to talk about, but real quick, Rick, um, I think I think he has in his near future. I think he might become an alcoholic. I see them kind of planting these seeds. He was drinking a lot today, and he had said at first, I shouldn't. No, I'm good. And then he did, and then look what happened. He kissed the Jesse. He
Yep.
felt in power, and I think he's gonna. I think this is just gonna start becoming a habit. This I could also be completely on my mind by saying this, but just kind of dissecting it. That's what it seemed to. Rick seems to be kind of becoming an anti-hero, a very
Yes, no, I can see that. I
he
mean,
might be the enemy this season,
you know what's funny is after he shaved off his beard, he was back to like the original Rick from season one, and who was the hero, who was the protagonist, and now you say that maybe he will be the anti, not so much the anti-hero, the antagonist.
Yeah, we have been given no reason to hate Alexandria as a whole. We haven't.
Well, the only reason we would even question it is because the characters who we followed for 4 seasons have questioned everything they go, or every place they go to. That's why.
Exactly. But, however, our main characters they seem to be the ones. Look at Carol. Carol said something very evil.
She's so creepy. God, you're like, like that scene. That is a scene you do not want to watch when you're in a dark room. It's creeped out.
They seem to be in the bad ones, and that is interesting. And that is something. This feels like classic Walking Dead right now. It feels like we had season 1, 2, 3, and then it feels like 4 and 5 and 5A didn't exist. It felt like that was just the same thing. And then now we're on the next step, and it feels like it took forever to get here, but we're finally here, and that's exciting. So
I think it's good. I really am liking it. I can't believe we only have 3 episodes left.
Yeah. I really wish they didn't have that whole episode where in the barn.
Oh, right, the rain one where we see Aaron for the first time.
Yeah, I wish I wish we could have got here sooner, because now this is so interesting, and now I'm really gonna be looking forward to next season. So
which it won't be for a year.
Yeah, till October.
Oh God, that's a long time. It's only March.
Yeah.
Well, we thought it was a great episode. At least I did. I can tell Joe's tone. He did.
Yes.
So again, this is our brand new TV show channel to have these longer reviews, so we don't have to edit them. But on our own channels, we edit because we're good people, we're good YouTubers. So anyone that ever ends up watching this, let us know in the comments below what you guys thought about this. We appreciate that, and we do this show. We'll do Once Upon a Time in a minute, and then we'll do a couple other TV shows, random. I'm guessing there'll be random things on this channel, but I don't know. All I know is that these 2 shows are for sure. So whatever happens, happens.
Excuse me. Absolutely.
As Joe dies of a cough. So thank you for anyone who watches in the future. If you guys ever enjoy RNJ reviews, let us know. I'll put links in the description for our individual channels and whatnot, so you guys can check it out. So thank you for everyone who is watching, and for the one viewer who stayed true the entire time. We love you. You're great. So, good night.